In this video, we're going to look at escalation marking. We're going to look at it from the view of a provisional or moderator who is going to escalate a response that they can't mark. And then we're going to have a look at how that gets resolved or completed by an escalation marker. So looking at this attempts table here, we can collapse this. You can see we've got a couple that have been escalated already, got one in progress, we've got one that's not been started. And we've got a mix of things that have been escalated by a provisional and a moderator. So let's look at the configs that have let us get to this point. So if we go to the marking page, get rid of that again. We can see our marking config from here. We're going to scroll down into advanced roles, and then we're going to have a look at escalation marking. So on this exam, escalation markers are essentially people who your provisionals or moderators can escalate to. If it is just provisionals by default, but if this is checked, then moderators can do it as well. Essentially, this is here so you can give a list of reasons and you can create these. These are completely custom to say, I couldn't mark this, I need it taken out of my workflow and I need someone more senior to have a look at it. I've only got one escalation marker in this list, but the exact same as the others. You can have multiple, you can have a group, you can have a team do it or whatever. And the way this is configured is with the round robin. So as soon as they're escalated, they're going to be assigned. It's just this guy, so it's going to all go to him. But if there were multiple, it would round robin allocate them. If you've got manual on, then you'll see the escalation state, but you'll need to manually assign them to the escalation marker in order for them to pick up. So these are the reasons. Again, these are just examples that we have, but it's things that are going to stop the marking. So, you don't want to have an escalation reason that is like, if this was just a bad answer, because obviously that can still be marked, but it's things like, someone left some sensitive information and has kind of doxed themselves, maybe broken the blind marking. Maybe it's that they have answered the wrong question and the marker's not sure, whether to take that as a response for the actual question or whatever it is. Could be blank. If you're doing things that involve people uploading their own documents, like maybe they've put a password on the file, put a corrupt file in, things like that. So you add those there. You'll need at least one for this system to work. And you can change these as well after the exam is scheduled. So if we go back to this attempt management table, I'm just going to pick one of these attempts here and be a marker. So if I go to another incognito window, I'm logged in as Taylor here. These are all of her attempts to start marking. I will take this one that's already in progress. And I could go through and I can give some of my marks here. Maybe this one's fine. Can have a look at this one. Pretend that maybe I've seen the candidate's response, they've put the name and address or something like that. So I'm not happy with that. I can't mark it, or I don't feel like it's right to mark it. These are those predefined reasons. Candidate said their name. They will have to leave a comment with it. It's just up to you whether to how much you enforce this for your users. Save and escalate. So what this is going to do is it's going to show me this is escalated. It's actually now the entire attempt has been escalated as well. So I can review this at any time. This is what I left. And actually, this is now taken out of my marking workflow. I can't submit my marks on it. So if I come back out of here, it's been removed from there. So it might have gone into completed. We can see escalated things from here. All right, so if I can come back out of here, it's now, and now have a look back on my attempts. It was this one that she's done and escalated. So if I go and find, make sure I have a copy of that attempt. You obviously don't need to do this because it's just because I'm moving around accounts. So his has been escalated. It's been auto-assigned to Parker, who's another marker account. So if I go back in to here, I need to log in as him. Get logged in. Lovely. So if I go into my open, so he's not got any concealment on, so I know it was this Dolph one. I can go into here, so I've not started any of these yet, and it's similar, very similar to how I would mark a normal attempt. It's just telling me I'm in as an escalation marker, because remember, people could assume two roles. So I'm going to start this session. Lovely. So I can see the candidate's response exactly the same as other markers, but this one has been escalated. I've started, so I've accepted it. It's the same reason that's here. And basically I am going to go through now and decide the marks for it. So there actually wasn't a candidate, didn't leave the name. So I can go back through and mark accordingly. Lovely, so that's ticked over into my completed. If we go and have a look on here, you can see that that's resolved now and the marks are now complete. So the escalation marker actually acts as the moderator, so they let them skip that step. So that would be ready to be finalised and released. And that's it for escalation. So the next step you might want to say, if you have backreading enabled, is, well, why was this escalated? Maybe I will just go and add an extra set of eyes on it, but we'll do that in another video.